Okay, so we're recording. All right, you guys. So tonight's topic is being confident in your inviting. So I know a couple of you guys on here and a couple of you guys I don't. So I'm going to do, I guess, a quick little introduction on who I am. I'm sure you've probably seen my face in the team page. I've seen your face, but we may not know each other. So my name is Ashley Williams. I have been a coach 2 years. In August. I celebrated my 2-year anniversary, and I am a mom of two. I have a little boy that's 8 and a daughter who is 11 in 6th grade intermediate school. So that's a lot of fun. I work full time. I'm a private event director at a country club. So that keeps me super busy. And my husband and I just celebrated 15 years, also in August. So we keep very, very busy with both of our jobs and the kids and coaching. Coaching to me, I was one of the ones that like a month into doing my program, I like, Kristen, how do I become a coach? I want to do this because it changed my life so fast. And so I love this topic because inviting has never been something that's difficult for me. So hopefully I can pass on why that is to you guys and make you more confident in your invites, because you have to invite. That's just part of the business. That's part of the structure. You can post every single day. You can be consistent with your workouts and your nutrition, but you can't sit back and just expect people to come to you. You have to invite every single day. So I'm going to go through a few things. I have some notes, so bear with me. But the first thing, very, very first thing, and you already have done this, I'm sure, and your why may have changed, but you have to have a why. You have to have a super, super strong why for yourself, for why you want to be healthy, for why you need this business to work for you, is the most important thing. I don't know if you've heard, but one of the very first analogies when I started as a coach that I heard, I don't even remember what coach it was, what video, but it was the analogy of your house. Basically, you're gone, you come back, and there's ambulance, fire trucks everywhere in front of your house. And you run up and you're, freaking out. Where's my family? Where's my family? And the paramedics tell you that everything's okay, everyone's safe, but your daughter's still inside, but we're looking for her. What are you going to do? You're running into that house, right? Like, you're not going to let anyone stop you, whether if you're going to live or you're going to die, you're going in after her. You're not going to let her die alone. That is what you need to think about when you're trying to figure out your why. It has to be something so strong that you will run into a burning building for. So really think about that. If you've had a why before and you really haven't been on track, you've been falling off, you don't feel confident, then maybe that why isn't strong enough. So you really need to reevaluate that. It has to be something that is a game changer for you. So that is step one in being confident. If you have that strong enough why, nothing's going to stop you from inviting people, right? So that's number one. Number two is you have to think about this as you're offering something to people that is literally going to change their life. What has it done for you? Think about that. Whether you've been a coach for 3 years or 1 month, what has fitness, nutrition, this community, coaching, any of the things, what has it done for you? I want you to, right now, we'll take a few minutes. You can put it in the chat or make a list on your notebook, whatever, of some things that are tangible that that has impacted your life since you have begun this journey. And like I said, it doesn't have to just be coaching. It can be fitness. It could be your nutrition, anything, something that you're grateful for. Maybe you if it's your nutrition, maybe you no longer have to take a certain medication because you've changed your diet. Maybe it's you're no longer a slave to the scale. Maybe you never had a circle of friends, you never felt like you belonged to something, and now you do. Maybe you didn't have a great relationship with your husband because you were always stressed out and always, just things are always crazy, but now you have something that's centering you. And so your relationship is better. Any of those things. So I'm going to see, let me open the chat over here. So like I said, take a few minutes to think about that. It's pretty much your gratitude list. And then that's what you're going to be inviting from. You're going to be inviting from those things because those are pain points. And that's what speaks to people. You don't just jump out there and cold invite someone and say, hey, I'm a coach and I'm doing this fitness thing. Sign up with me. You have to, hey, Julie, you have to speak to them. Speak to the old you before you started. So, any questions? I feel like I'm going really fast. So anyway, the why and then what has changed. That's going to be your foundation. That's what's going to get you through the no's, because you're going to get no's. But just remember that the no is not necessarily a no. It's a not right now. Okay. So just remember that and go back to your why and just pull up the next person on your list and invite them. I think if you've been with us a while, you've done our 100 no's challenge that we do every once in a while. So it's basically for the month, you have like a tracker and your goal is to actually get 100 no's. So think about that. If you're feeling like you're struggling a little bit and you need a little push, put that challenge on yourself. Try to get 100 no's, because if you have 100 no's, the chances are you may have a handful of yeses in there if you're inviting that many people. There's, the ratio there's higher for the no's, so you got to invite a lot. So next is keep it simple. So I know we have some veteran coaches on here. So I'm going to ask you guys, if you are on your computer, I know it's harder on your phone, to drop in the chat some simple invites that you guys use. Some really, really easy ones, like 1-2-liners. You don't want to send people paragraphs. You don't want to send something that you wouldn't read. I'm sure you all get them. There's a lot of network marketing companies out there now, and I get them sometimes, and it's like this long in my Facebook Messenger of someone that I've never even spoken to before, and they're inviting me to their Pampered Chef party or to host a party. I'm like, I don't even know who you are. We're just random Facebook friends, probably because we were going through a thing and we had to invite a bunch of people, or we had to friend a bunch of people. So don't do that. Just send, hey, saw you liked my post. Are you into fitness too? I have a challenge group coming up. Would you like to join me? End of story. Keep it short. So that's the first thing about keeping it simple. Just don't overthink it. You want to talk to them like they're your friend, not a stranger. And then again, that's when you can kind of bring in, if you have scoped their page out a little bit, you can talk to something that you saw on their page. Something that always triggers me is, of course, if it is something fitness or health related, then you can definitely talk to that. That makes it a little easier. Other thing is, I absolutely love, there's a really, really short video, and I'm just going to kind of paraphrase it. Ashley Molstad that did it's like 5 minutes long. But it is about the first few invites that you do as a coach. But I think that this should apply at any time. I don't think that it has to be your first few invites. She talks about how you need to be excited about your invites. Like the first thing that she says is she found out that Taylor Swift was coming to her town. And she was so excited. It was the first time she was coming there. And the first thing she did was pick up her phone and like text her best friends and her sister. And like, we have to get tickets. We have to get the pre-sale, you know, like that is the kind of excitement that you need to have with your invites. Because what has coaching done for you? Why are you excited about it? It's changing your life, right? So why would you not want to pass that on to your best friend, to your sister? So start there, start with your circle, and then go out from there. So excitement, 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 and keep it simple. Those are two super important things. The other thing that once you start a conversation is don't word vomit, because again, you're going to lose them. One thing, I think Josh Coates maybe recommended this. I can't remember, so many trainings, but use third-party tools. Actually, I think it was Bob Heilig. Like I said, don't just type up a bunch of things or copy and paste a bunch of things. We have so many graphics available to us that Beachbody provides to us in our product toolkit. You can find on Pinterest. If you search some things, just make sure that it has the correct information. Even in our team page, if you go to photos, there are tons of graphics that have like Shakeology information, the different challenge packs, especially during new launches. We have like graphics that show the different options. So those are great to use instead of listing everything out. Send a cute little graphic that has all the information, and then they can look at it and pick and choose what they want from there. Of course, you want to guide them, find out what their goals are, find out, you know, where they are currently in their journey, so you can suggest some things, but don't word vomit. That's the worst. Let's see, we got an example from Marcy. Let me read it. It says, hey, I just signed up for this because look at these results. So I guess she would probably put a photo, like a before and after. Super excited, but also kind of nervous. Would you want to do this with me and we could hold one another accountable? That's perfect. That is almost exactly what Ashley Molstead was saying. You can screenshot someone else's before and afters if you don't have one yet, or you don't want to use yours, or your upline, like some post that your upline did, and that was really encouraging, or something about a challenge group, and send that to them and say, hey, I just signed up for this. I'm going to do this group. Please do it with me. It would be so fun. You know, like I said, just keep the energy up. That's what's important. Let's see. She put another one. Hey there, thanks for liking my transformation. I really appreciate it. Hope you're doing good. I'm organizing details for a 1-week virtual fun fit group that will run Saturday through Saturday, and want to know if you'd like a spot. We'll chat details if you're in. Would love to see you. Let me know. So that's also a great point. Marcy, I'm assuming that is a free group if it's just the 1 week. So that's another great way to get people in and be confident about it, because you're not feeling like kind of, you know, a salesy person trying to get them to buy something. Get them in the door, get their confidence and their trust, and build that relationship with them with a free group. And if you don't want to run your own free group, there's a million other coaches in our team page that are running free groups. Just pop in there and dream big and ask, hey, anyone got a free group I can hop in and add some challengers to? And I'm sure there will be plenty of people that will say, raise their hand and say, yes, I do. So that is definitely a great way. Someone want to say something? I feel like someone's not on mute. Okay. The next thing is, because we are, as coaches, yes, we want to help as many people as we can live their best, healthiest lives and sell challenge packs and get Success Club. But to be successful business people, we need to build a team. So one thing that I really, really want you guys to do with every single person you talk to, when you get to that point of signing them up for a challenge pack or Beachbody on Demand or a Shakeology on Home Direct, whatever it may be, always offer the coach discount. Always, always, always. And you don't have to I mean, it's super easy. I have like a little script that I send to them. I ask them for their email and what flavor of Shakeology they want. That's usually my last thing, my closing thing. And then when they come back with that, I say, oh, hey, one last thing I definitely want to make sure you know about, because who doesn't love a discount? Smiley face, whatever. You can also sign up for free as a VIP member coach with your challenge pack. There is a monthly fee to maintain your account, or however you want to say it, but you actually save 25% on all of your future orders, making Shakeology 25% off. If you want to try my magic lemonade, my beach bars, any of those things, everything is 25% off. It's an awesome deal. And then I send a graphic. So I have a Shakeology math graphic that shows how much it is as a regular customer and how much it is as a coach, and the savings. And I think you can find that on Pinterest. So maybe where I got it from. So I think if you just type in Shakeology math, it'll pull up. So I always send them that. And I'm telling you guys, like 99% of the time, they come right back and say, oh yeah, sign me up. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to coach. That just means we're getting them in the door. I always add them to the team page. I let them know, like, hey, I know you're just doing this for the discount, which is awesome, but I'm still going to add you to my team page because there's a lot of value there. So feel free to check that out. And I'll add them, I'll welcome them, just like if it was someone that's ready to run the business. Because you never know, curiosity can kick in, and they may start searching around in there and see the income posts that we have and how much fun we're having together, our retreats and our trips and the support we give one another. And they may come around and say, hey, what does it really mean to actually coach, to make this a business? So you never know. So that's why we always offer the discount. So kind of wrapping it up, there is a recipe to this business, you guys. So for short points, you always want to have a list you're working off of. So make sure you use the memory jogger that we have is awesome to get people on top of your mind. Go through your contacts in your phone. Go through all your Facebook friends, all your Instagram followers, anything. I even pulled out, you guys, my yearbooks from elementary school. I was just randomly going through a box of stuff, and it had all my old yearbooks in it. And I just started going through and being like, oh, I remember her. Pulled out my phone and found them on Facebook, liked them, sent them a message, oh my gosh, it's been so long. How are you? What are you doing now? Started that connection again in that relationship. You can find new contacts everywhere. So you just got to think about it. So always have a list that you're working from, whether it's through Teamsy or Google Streak or an Excel spreadsheet, or you just use pen and paper. Just make sure you keep that and mark people off, move them around when you followed up with them. You should have, Marcy has a really great sheet that she uses, I think, for how she moves people along. The second thing, so make a list. Second is connect. So you have to form a relationship with people. Cold invites are okay every once in a while if you've been friends for a while, but you're probably not going to get a yes out of a cold invite. So you want to build that relationship. Go love on their page, like their post. Don't just like, though, you have to comment. So every once in a while, go in, if it's someone on your list, go to their page, scroll their feed, find something that catches your eye, and like and comment on their post. And asking questions is great, because then they have to come back and talk to you. You could even send direct messages from something you see in their feed. So maybe they're on vacation somewhere and you're like, you message and we're like, oh my gosh, your vacation looks amazing. What resort are y'all staying at? Or something like that. So it'll get a conversation going. So the third piece of the recipe to the business is inviting. So that's what we're talking about. If you aren't inviting, you don't have a business. That's end of story. So you have to invite. And then the very last piece is in the follow up. Okay, you've got to make a list, you have to connect, you have to invite, and you have to follow up. I am a huge culprit, still am every once in a while, just because I am all over the place with work and this and kids, but just using Facebook Messenger and like trying to scroll through and, oh, I haven't talked to them in a while, let me follow up. You're going to lose people. You have to be able to track them. So make sure you're setting yourself tracers somehow. And like I said, let's see, Marcia says a Google Doc Excel sheet. Yeah. So you have to follow up, and not just once. I actually just posted, I connected with a girl today, Ashley, another Ashley, and we started talking. I sent her a friend request on Facebook last year sometime. I did my first invite November 28th, 2018. She messaged me this morning and she was ready. But I can't tell you how many times throughout from November last year to now that I reached back out to her. So it's not always going to be an immediate yes. You have to keep those relationships going and keep following up. So that's really it. I have a little closing that you just want to understand, kind of like what I already said, that not everyone is going to say yes. They don't have belief in themselves yet. Again, think back to where you were when you started. Did you believe in yourself? No, but your coach believes in you, right? So that's how you have to think. Think about the old you. You are planting the seeds. Every time you talk to someone, every time you post something, you're planting seeds with those people. You want to post value. Make sure you're posting value. That's what's really important. Recipes, healthy tips, positivity, motivational quotes, things like that. So you become the go-to person when someone is ready or they want to find out more about health, nutrition, a recipe, they think of you. So that's why it's really important to be consistent. And just by us showing up every day, we're proof for other people that it's possible, you guys. So again, it all really just goes back to think about where you were before you started. Did you think that you'd be here today? Did you think you'd be doing this? Probably not. So just think about that and talk to those people. Talk to the you of before. So it's a process. Like I said, there's a recipe. But if you fall in love with this process, you guys, you're going to succeed. It's just going to happen, because if you fall in love with the process, you're going to do the steps. You're going to do the steps, then you're going to be successful. Okay. So last thing, just stop getting inside your head. Stop letting the fear paralyze you. Keep it simple and invite, invite, invite. I'm done. Does anyone have any questions, comments? Let's see. When you reach back, what do you say? So let me pull up. I actually have, and if y'all don't do this, I recommend it. So in my notes, you can't see, but in my notes app, so I have a iPhone, so whatever you have, where is it? And I have a folder that's invites and follow-ups. And so I will just, and there's a bunch of different versions. So I'll just copy and paste that, and then I'll tweak it a little bit to whoever I'm talking to. So for example, some follow-ups. Just checking back. I know life is busy, and sometimes I check messages, get distracted, and forget. Did you think it over? Easy. And I can type them into the chat too. If y'all want to copy and paste them. Let's see. I always find that like relating to them will actually get a response and they may not ghost you. And get, let's see, check message. Sorry, I'm here on my bar stool. Messages. Get distracted. And if you're an emoji person, use an emoji. My other one is, hey girl, wasn't sure if you saw my last message or had a chance to think it over. I didn't want to leave you out by mistake. I know life is busy, so I try to be good about checking back. So if you create that FOMO too, that's that part about I didn't want to leave you out by mistake. So if you have been talking about them joining a challenge group and your group is starting, you don't want to leave them out. So that's a good one. I got another one. This one I really like because this one they usually respond. It's okay if it's not a good time, girl. Didn't want you to be afraid to tell me. I can always check back in a month or so if that's better. Just let me know either way so I can still save a spot for you. So again, it's putting it kind of back on you, like letting them know it's okay if it's, if it's not a good time, just let me know. So I like that one. And then for a ghosted follow-up, like if you've reached out like 2 or 3 times and they're still not responding to you, you can say whatever, hey, whoever, say something about their page. Please let me know if you want me to take you off my follow-up list. I never want to be a bother, but I never want you to feel like I have given up on you either. So I like that one. And then I have, I'll put this one, it's a long one though, so I'll type it. Thank you, Marcy. I'll type this one. This is when someone says no to coaching. And it's, like I said, it's long, but I'll type it out for you. No worries. I really do think you are amazing, but I understand it may not be for everyone. If you know of anyone who would like to earn an extra 500 or more a month working on the side from home or could use some support in their fitness, I would love if you connected them with me. I'm passionate about helping other women live in a body they feel confident and free in and have energy to tackle motherhood too. I was held back for so long with my own journey that I don't want anyone to live that way if I can help them. So asking for the referral is always a good thing, whether it's coach or challenger. Don't leave the conversation closed. You always want to try to ask for more. If they say no, don't just say, okay, thank you. Like, ask questions. Oh, what's going on right now? Or do you already have a health and fitness plan that's working for you? Love to hear about it. Always keep the conversation going. So I'll type that one out for you guys. But if there's nothing else, that one's going to take me. Here, I'm going to put this on my lap so I can type faster. Does anyone have any other questions or anything they want to say? You can unmute yourself. All right. Well, if you don't want this that I'm typing out now, you are free to hop off. Thank you guys for being here. But if you want this, stay on so you can pull it out of the chat. Of course, my phone goes down. Where'd it go? And it disappeared. Sorry, guys. I guess I could just put it in the page. Seriously. If that note just got deleted from my phone, I might cry. All right, I can't find it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to, hopefully I can recover it somehow because it's not here. And when I post the recording, I'll put it in the comments of the recording. All right. All right, guys. Good night.